Welcome, focused learners, to this explainer. Okay, if your eyes are feeling heavy, dry, or maybe just kind of strained right now, you are in exactly the right place. Today, our goal is to completely demystify eye health. We're going to break down the absolute latest evidence-based lifestyle and nutritional strategies, taking all that complex biology and turning it into actionable, everyday tips to support your vision and keep your eyes feeling comfortable. Okay, let's dive into this.
We've all heard the crazy claims about eye health, right? Especially when we're glued to screens all day and our eyes are just screaming for a break. So let's kick things off by busting some massive, widespread myths. First up, eye exercises. Look, while things like pencil push-ups or palming can totally relieve strain, they absolutely will not change the physical shape of your eyeball as an adult to magically fix your glasses prescription. No way. Second, blue light. Current evidence doesn't actually support the idea that routine blue light from your screen causes permanent eye disease. It really just messes with your sleep if you're scrolling right before bed. And finally, carrots. Yes, they support vitamin A, but relying on carrots alone? It's not a magic shield against blindness. Long-term eye health is like a giant puzzle. It requires a much more balanced approach.
To really protect our sight, we need to ground ourselves in scientific reality. Here's exactly what natural methods can actually do. They can massively reduce digital eye strain, relieve dry or tired eyes, support the overall health of your retina, and even lower the risk or slow the progression of age-related conditions like macular degeneration. I mean, that is huge. But we also have to respect what they cannot do. Natural methods cannot permanently reverse refractive errors like myopia or hyperopia. They can't fix an astigmatism, they won't cure cataracts, and they certainly cannot replace your prescription glasses, contact lenses, or surgical treatments. Knowing these boundaries, that's exactly how we build a truly effective, trustworthy plan for our eyes.
Section 1. How your eyes work and modern risks. Now that we know what's possible, we really need to understand the basic hardware we're working with here.
When we think of vision, we usually picture the optical system, right? The cornea and lens focusing light onto the retina, where your photoreceptors capture it. But I want to draw your attention to something you probably don't think about much: the tear film. What's really fascinating is that your tear film isn't just water. It's actually made of 3 delicate, highly specific layers. There's a lipid or oily layer, an aqueous or watery layer, and a mucin layer. Together, they coat the surface of your eye. When this 3-layer system gets disrupted, which, let's be honest, happens constantly in our modern environments, it is the primary culprit behind those awful dry eye symptoms. You know that annoying, fluctuating, blurry vision you get at the end of a long day? Yeah, that's your tear film waving a white flag.
And unfortunately, our daily habits are actively attacking that delicate system. We are constantly battling modern eye stressors. Think about cumulative UV exposure, which directly contributes to cataract formation and ocular surface damage. Then we have prolonged screen time and close-up work, which is strongly linked to myopia progression. Add to that a poor diet and smoking, which massively crank up oxidative stress. Even physical inactivity plays a role, because your vascular health directly affects the blood circulation in your retina. And this brilliantly illustrates why our modern, digital-first indoor habits are actively taxing our vision every single day. We are essentially forcing our eyes to run a marathon without giving them a single drop of water.
Section 2. Fueling your vision. So, how do we fight back? Well, we start from the inside out.
Consider this your essential grocery list for high-definition vision. Let's walk through this vibrant menu of nutrients. First up, lutein and zeaxanthin. These are heavily concentrated in your macula, basically acting as a biological defense system. You get these powerhouses from dark leafy greens like spinach and kale, and even egg yolks. Next, remember that 3-layer tear film we just talked about? Well, omega-3 fatty acids are incredible for supporting that tear film stability and helping out your retinal cell membranes. You'll find these in oily fish, think salmon, mackerel, and sardines. And finally, vitamin A. This one is absolutely essential for your photoreceptors to function properly. In fact, a severe deficiency can literally cause night blindness. You can load up on vitamin A with sweet potatoes, carrots, and liver. Eating a highly colorful diet directly supports your retina and keeps dry eyes at bay.
But wait, shouldn't you just take a magic pill to get all of this? Actually, no. When it comes to supplements, the science is very specific. While a colorful, whole food diet is universally fantastic for everyone, specific high-dose supplements, like the AREDS or AREDS 2 formulations, are designed specifically to reduce the progression of intermediate to advanced age-related macular degeneration. They are highly effective for that one specific purpose, but you should absolutely only use them under professional guidance based on your individual risk factors. More isn't always better here. Targeted nutrition is what really counts.
Section 3. Happy habits and daily strategies. So the crucial point here is that internal nutrition is only half the battle. We have to combine our diet with physical action.
If you take away only one single habit from this entire explainer, please let it be the iconic 20-20-20 rule. Look, our eyes were simply not designed to stare at a fixed, glowing rectangle 2 feet away for 8 hours a day. They desperately need accommodation breaks. So here is the rule. Every 20 minutes, look at something about 20 feet away, or roughly 6 meters, for exactly 20 seconds. This incredibly simple act relaxes the focusing muscles inside your eyes and dramatically relieves digital eye strain. Literally go set a timer right now if you have to.
Next up, let's fix that desk of yours. An ergonomic workstation minimizes physical eye strain and discomfort during those long, grueling workdays. Step 1. Your screen should be at or slightly below your eye level. Looking slightly down is just much easier on your extraocular muscles and exposes way less of your eye surface to the air, which cuts down on tear evaporation. Step 2. Sit about 50 to 70 centimeters away from the screen. Step 3. Kill the glare. Use matte filters or just adjust your ambient lighting so you aren't fighting screen reflections all day long.
Now, this next one might sound a little silly, but you need to blink consciously. Seriously, when we are tethered to our screens, doing highly focused close-up work, our blink rate absolutely plummets. We literally just forget to blink, which absolutely destroys that tear film we talked about. If your eyes are feeling dry and tired, try some conservative measures first. Consciously increase your blink rate. Try using warm compresses. These are amazing because they help melt the oils in your meibomian glands, which improves that crucial lipid layer of your tears. And if the air in your office is super dry, keep some preservative-free artificial tears at your desk and just use them as needed.
I want to take a quick detour and touch on children's eye health, because the data here is just fascinating. The absolute best evidence-based thing you can do to reduce the onset and progression of myopia, or nearsightedness in kids, is to get them outside for at least 2 hours a day. Natural daylight and simply focusing on distant objects are incredibly protective for developing eyes. Combine that outdoor time with limiting prolonged close-up work and ensuring they get routine eye exams, and you are setting their vision up for long-term success.
Section 4. Your daily vision blueprint. It's one thing to know all these facts. It's another entirely to live them. Let's move to a practical, step-by-step daily routine you can actually start tomorrow morning.
This beautifully maps out into a totally normal day. In the morning, you grab your sunglasses, the kind that block 99 to 100% of UVA and UVB rays before you even head outside. For breakfast, maybe toss a handful of spinach into an omelet or a smoothie to get that lutein and vitamin C. During the workday, you've got your ergonomic setup dialed in, you're drinking plenty of water to stay hydrated, which directly supports tear production, and you are actively using that 20-20-20 rule. Midday, you step away for a 15-minute walk outdoors, and hey, maybe you have some salmon for lunch to get those omega-3s in twice a week. Finally, in the evening, you reduce screen exposure 1 to 2 hours before bed, or at least use night mode to stop blue light from messing with your sleep cycle. It is incredibly simple to integrate these natural strategies chronologically right into your life.
Section 5. Knowing the red flags. Now, while natural habits are incredibly powerful for maintenance and comfort, we absolutely have to establish some clear boundaries. Please pay close attention to these major red flags. If you experience sudden or partial vision loss, a sudden onset of new flashes of light or a swarm of new floaters, severe eye pain, deep redness, or double vision, do not wait. Do not try to fix this with spinach or a warm compress, okay? These are symptoms of potentially serious, urgent conditions like retinal detachment or a severe infection, and they require an immediate visit to an eye care professional. Always prioritize professional, comprehensive eye exams, especially if you have diabetes, a family history of eye disease, or a high refractive error.
We've covered a ton of ground today, right? From the delicate 3 layers of your tear film to the magic power of a 20-second break and why 2 hours of sunshine is an absolute game changer for kids' eyes. You now have the knowledge and the blueprint to protect your long-term sight. So I'll leave you with this provocative question. Which one of these eye-saving habits will you add to your daily routine today? Will you finally fix your monitor height, start buying oily fish, or just commit to blinking a little more often? Pick one, start today, and take care of your vision. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I will see you next time.